Hello again. Well, this video is something I normally don't do, but I thought I'd let you know some of my feelings about things. Now, me and Bernadette have been boating for 49 years, it'll be this year. Where does time go? But for the first time, we're getting disillusioned with it all. We really are. And we've even, and I never thought I'd say this, we've even thought, should we sell up and get rid of our boat? And there's no doubt at all that there's many people doing that now. Mostly leisure boaters, you know, even though there shouldn't be any separation, but life's gone down that route. And also very expensive boats are not really selling very well at the moment. Perhaps the cheaper end for those people, because of circumstances, they look at a cheap boat to live on. That's the way we're going in this country at the moment. It's very difficult. If you're not on an housing ladder, you've got problems. So why am I getting disillusioned? Well, I'm going to try and go through a few things for you. First is, I'm disillusioned about the fact that everybody's not the same doing things. I do not like the fact that we've got so many continuous moorers out there now. Not continuous cruisers, they're doing it right, but continuous moorers, and they're causing mega issues, you know. And it's one of the reasons why, and quite rightly I think so, that the Canal and River Trust have set up an independent commission to have a look at things. Because at the end of the day, canals are for cruising on, nothing else. You know, I know it sounds harsh, but the Canal and River Trust are not an housing organisation or anything like that. It's not their responsibility. Their responsibility is for the canals and making certain that people stick to rules or look at it in the right way. But some people don't, and that does cause a lot of issues. But that will change, and I'll just show you later on. I don't need to go into too much detail, but it's going to get a lot more expensive boating for everyone, but particularly those without a home mooring. Even though when I show you the figures, you'll understand that if you want a secure mooring and you're a leisure boater, you have to be on a decent marina to get that. And you know, we've had linear moorings on the canal side, and we've had our boat smashed, you know, been hit hard and dinted and all that on occasion. So when we are not on our boat, we want to be offline on a marina. That's the choice of us as a liveaboard, and that's the choice of many people who choose, not liveaboard, sorry, of the leisure boater who choose the same method as what we have. So, like I said, things are changing. Now, the other thing is, CRT, there's nothing going to happen. We're not going, you know, Canal and River Trust are not going to get millions of pounds to sort things out. That's not going to happen. It definitely isn't going to happen. The money's not there, and it just will not happen. So hence, they'll be looking at recouping the costs in other ways. And hence, that's why I think canal boating generally is going to get a heck of a lot more expensive in the coming years. But we probably not be boating by then, but who knows, unless there's something magical happens. Right, why am I getting more and more disillusioned? Well, people I talk to are getting fed up with things as they are. when you continually cruise, you've got a bit more leeway than people like ourselves who have a home mooring and we have to get back to places and make certain we do. I know it can happen if you are continuously cruising. There might be something you need to do, but when you've got a home mooring like ourselves and we go off on our boat, we can't get stuck for months on end somewhere, and it could be miles away from where our marina is and nowhere to go. No way would we want to do that. And I don't leave my boat, I wouldn't want it left on the towpath side while I go home or anything, because there's no doubt at all it will get vandalised, or a very high risk of it. So all that comes into your mind, you see, when you're deciding how to plan your holidays, basically, you know, on our boat. And we love being out boating. It used to be so relaxing and your mind wasn't thinking about things that much, but nowadays you're thinking what's going to happen next, and I can't see things changing in any sort of dramatic way. Now what we've looked at now is, this year we had a few plans in place to go to certain places, and boy oh boy doesn't it change rapidly. Now we'd already, you know, people already know that a place called Woods Eaves Cutting, it's not closed now, but it has been for a significant period, but everything on the high embankment is coming into that, you know, into the narrow canal and causing problems, and that could go any time, which would cause huge issues on the Shropshire Union Canal. And if we got stuck on the other side of that, it could be a pain, and we'd have to come round onto the Trent and Mersey to get back. And you know, you've got to weigh things up like that. I know it might not happen, but it could, and that's the mentality, what you're thinking all the time. Now, even in this short space of time before the season starts, we've lost the Macclesfield Canal for a considerable period. I don't know how long, you know, rumours it could be 3 months or longer, depends what they find when they go where they've had a breach. And they've had this breach for a while, and also on other places on the Macclesfield there's places leaking. And it's been closing for fun, the Macclesfield, lately, you know, over the last few years with various problems. And what that does, it stops us going, because I actually mentioned going. We'll go to Macclesfield this year, and Bernadette said, "You must be joking, you'd be lucky if we'll get round there without something happening." And she was right, absolutely right. So Macclesfield is out with no option anyway, because that's closed. And what that does is routes are lost then in them areas. And we've already got, I know it's not Canal and River Trust waters, it's Peel Holdings, the Bridgewater Canal, which is a route we use a lot and we love that trip. That's gone for years, it really has. So we can't go that route. The Huddersfield Narrows, I don't think that'll open again. I think that's going to remain closed. You know, all these are cutting routes off. Further south in Wales, the Mon and Breck Canal, that's a standalone one. There's every chance that could be closed permanently through lack of water. And we've got all the locks at Tardyby. Rumours has it could be end of August, or it could be closed all this year to get repairs carried out. You know, and no doubt there's other places around the network where they've got major issues, because you go along to different things and you see maybe one lock paddle's working, or a lock gate's got pieces of metal put on the side to keep the locks operable, or it could just fall to bits. these are all worries, they really are. And the other one, the Anderton boat lift in the north, that's definitely closed all year, limiting how you can get onto the River Weaver. There is a trip you can do, you know, you can use the Manchester Ship Canal, or if you want to use the Liverpool link, which you can't get to in the nice easy method, you've got to go on the Mersey now, long as your boat's seaworthy. And that's not the way we're boating at the moment. We want to have it relaxing. We don't want to be thinking, oh well, we're on the sea to the Liverpool link and it's all nice and calm, and then the day you due back it's gale force winds or anything like that. It could, all that sort of thing you've got to put in your mind, and I don't want that sort of hassle. So it is spoiling boat, you know, it is spoiling our boating. And already we know the Leeds Liverpool in the best of times gets shortages of water, but the warnings have been there from the Canal and River Trust for the next 2 years. There's work being done on reservoirs, so there's every chance that there's going to be water shortages or serious water shortages on the Leeds Liverpool. Now that's a bloody big canal, that is, and that has caused one respected hire company up there to quit and say enough's enough, and they're packing in the hire boats, and I don't think anybody will take over. So all this going on gives you insecurity when you're out boating. For us, that's not what boating's about, and that's what's giving us that. Is it worth it? You know, is it worth us continuing boating, even though we love it, we really do, and we don't take these decisions lightly. So this year we're going to give it another go. You know, we'll see what happens, and we see how we feel when we're out boating, but we're not doing as much as what we want to do, because we're thinking, if something goes wrong, how can we get back? Just like thousands of other people be thinking the same throughout the country. Now, CRT haven't got the money, we know that. We know all these people who say, oh, they pay the directors a fortune and all that. They do, but that's a drop in the ocean to what's needed for the canals. You know, that won't mean they can go and fix Anderton boat lift in a day if we take their money. It doesn't work like that. The structures are going and deteriorating. They're deteriorating rapidly. Now, the other thing what people say, preempt it. Well, for a start, it costs money. That it's hard to say, well, I'll guess that might go in a year's time, so I'll replace that. That costs money. And unfortunately, CRT haven't got the money, and they're not, like I said, they're not going to get any. So it's just going on and on, the same problems, and it does make us just get a bit down on things, because we've loved boating for years and years. If it was like this now, and we'd said gone on an hire boat, and that we knew the situation like it was now, we wouldn't have gone into boating at all. We definitely wouldn't. You know, I know circumstances can mean people are on boats because of they can't afford property. But it's a massive gamble to just say, I'm selling up my house and moving onto a boat and I've got nothing to fall back on. That is a huge gamble at the moment. Well, it's a huge gamble anyway, because apart from the fact that things are falling to bits and things are going to be rising in prices, price rapidly, you've also got to look into the problem. If you get an injury, what makes you infirm to do something? If you've not got something to fall back on, then you're in a bit of a situation, and it gets worse and worse. That being said, I can understand people not being on the boats because it is nice, but it was never for us, and I think it's the vast majority of people wouldn't sell up everything and just go onto a boat and have it like that. I just think it wouldn't happen. But we know people do, and good luck to them if they've done it. I think it's fingers crossed time if you have, very much so. Now, I've had my little thing, and you know now my feelings is, we've got a terrific boat built to a very high spec by Steve Hudson, and it's the shell's lovely and the interior's all solid wood, which is unusual these days, and we love going onto our boat in that environment and the smell of the wood and everything. We love it, so we don't want to lose it, but we don't want to spend all our time in the marina. We do want to be able to go out and enjoy ourselves, so we're keeping going for now, and I'm hoping things improve, but I have my doubts. Who knows what's going to happen, but I can't see us at the moment boating long term now, even though we are getting a bit older. But I still think we've got plenty of, we've not got anything to stop us boating, but it's not a good situation. The other thing is, now we're not lucky because we've worked hard and planned hard, for things from when we was very young, but we can afford, to have a decent mooring and all that, and get maintenance done on the boat and all that. But it does come at a cost, and many people would find it difficult, and I can understand why so many people are saying that's it, we've had enough, we can't keep forking out this and not being able to do anything. So I put some details together for you to have a look at, which you might find interesting, and it shows you our marina costs, what we pay to just be on the marina before we even go out onto the canals, just to have it securely, in a secure location and a nice location. That's what we want. We don't want to, we don't want to rough it with anything. We are lucky enough that we can, being able to do what we want and being a nice marina is important to us, really is. But you look at it and you think it is dead money, and if you're not using your boat, it's like plenty of our friends have said, enough's enough, and there's so many gone, but all the details are there, and I will go through them with you, and you'll understand what cost implications are. Because if you look after a boat and you want a nice boat, it costs money. It costs money, even if you've just got a boat and you're not bothered what it looks like, it still costs money. But we have always enjoyed not only the boating, but looking after our boat and making certain it looks nice. And it's how old are we? 15 years old in July, our boat, and you'd still, looking at it, you'd say, oh, that's a brand new boat, that. And that's because we've looked after it, and I couldn't see myself changing to another build from anybody now, because we just fell in love with that boat as it was built, and we still have that, we still love it, and hence that's why it's so difficult for us to think about selling it. But sadly, it's in the back of our mind now, and we'll have to see what happens. But I digress a bit there. Let's have a look at these figures just to give you an example, and then I'll come back to you. I've come back again. Well, I shouldn't be smiling really. I'd finished the video, and I had actually uploaded it, but what happened? We got a notice from the Canal and River Trust telling us that the Rochdale Canal is now closed, and it looks like that's going to be long term. 6th of April, and it says lack of water. Wow, and we've not even gone into summer yet. So all the Rochdale from locks 1 to 24 completely closed, so there is no access to that canal as well. All in this area, what I've showed you, it's all long term. It's crazy, really is. And of course, you forget a few others. There's that much going on around and about now. You know, Tardy Big, which I've talked about in the video, that's a link to many rings on the canals which has gone, which I didn't mention. But coming back to where we, in the area where we are mooring, and many people do because it's a popular area. Well, we've got the Rochdale closed now, long term. The Huddersfield closed, long term. The Macclesfield closed, long term. I can't remember all the others. The Bridgewater closed, long term. It's mad. Leeds Liverpool, no doubt over summer, will be closed due to water shortages. Rumours are going round that there's water shortages on the Trent and Mersey as well now, through Earcastle and Macclesfield Way on the Trent and Mersey, going through that way. It's only rumours there at the moment, but rumours tend to turn out to be true on the canal, so I just get so annoyed. And we've, on top of that, the Anderton boat lift closed long term. No access or no easy access to the River Weaver. There is ways you can do it, but like I've said before, you have to go via the ship canal, and not everybody wants to do that because it can be quite a long process rather than to 2 minutes to get down. And we've got the severe restrictions getting to the Liverpool link. You've got to, if you're coming from our area in the Midlands and going north, you've got to go onto the sea, onto the Mersey to get to the link, which not everybody will want to. And it's just going absolutely crazy. I just, you know, it's no good, you know, because we tell you as it is. It's no good keep seeing these videos saying, oh, it's wonderful, oh, it's fantastic, oh, it's beautiful, it's stunning. All this is going on, all this rubbish, what's going on. And the canals are getting in a critical state. And yeah, I am getting fed up with it, I really am. Yeah. Like I say, we will continue for now, but it's certainly in our thoughts now, it really is, about getting off the canals. Because we've got plenty of other things to do to keep us occupied with no hassle as well. Loads of enjoyable things. Anyway, sorry about coming back on like that, but it just annoyed us that the Rochdale's gone as well, you know. Huddersfield Narrows, did I mention that? That's gone long term. It's disastrous, isn't it? Anyway, on with our bits and pieces, and I hope you understand mine and Bernadette's frustrations, because it's getting beyond a joke now. Our own mooring is 60 foot, and that's the length of our boat, obviously. There's obviously higher costs on the marina and lower, and it's the same all over the country as well, prices vary, but these are ours. Our marina fee is $3,732, but we've had a 4.5% rise on the 1st of April, which will take our marina fee to £3,900, of which 9% goes to the Canal and River Trust for us being actually on the water in the marina. That's what all home moorings pay, or approximately. The licence with a 2% discount for prompt payment is $1,300, our insurance is £230. The electric's gone up 8.25%. It was £220 on average for the year. It's now £238. That's a total of £5,665, and it excludes diesel and gas and any maintenance costs. So in effect, from the 1st of April 2025, for the next 12 months, we will be paying £472 a month before we do anything else. The previous year it was £456.83. So that's money what goes before we start doing absolutely anything. So it's not cheap. Moving on now, we're just showing you the costs for the 12 months from April 24 to April 25 for our use of basically energy, diesel or gas bottles. And the average diesel price for November 24 at our marina was £1.03 for domestic, in brackets D, that'll tell you that's any costs will be relating to domestic, or as you can see £1.48 propulsion, in brackets P. All the details are below, and you can pause the video to go through everything and see what the costs are. That's not as much as normal because we didn't cruise as much for that 12 months. But as you can see, it soon mounts up, and the total was £1,037 for our diesel and gas usage for that 12 months, and that included any cruising. What we've also included is maintenance, and we've done a 3-year period from 2022 to 2024, showing what things we've had to do to keep the boat in good condition. Basically, we like to look after our boat and make certain it's well maintained, and all costs can be considerably reduced if you're not too bothered about maintenance and having your boat look really nice. But we love it, and again, you can pause this to see where we've spent our money. It's a personal choice, just the same as thousands of other people's. We're not just a one-off. Thousands of other people do the same thing as us and maintain the boat. Well, our cost them 3 years on maintenance was £7,890, which averages out at £2,630 each year. I hope that makes sense. I thought the best way to summarise this was, over that 3-year period, each of the 12 months averaged £2,630 spent per year. So I've included that 1 year in the total average cost to give you an idea what it has come to in pounds, shillings and pence, or saying that I've rounded up to the nearest pound, so it's not loads of little figures. So it's £2,630 added to the total. The total for that 12 months for our spend, and include some time cruising as well, was £9,332. Now, I did a lot of that maintenance work myself, which I always try to do some myself because I just enjoy doing it. But if you are not, you've not got the skills, that figure would have been way over £10,000 on average for that 12-month period. So it is quite expensive. That total equates to £778 per month for that period of, for April 24 to 25. And that's just to use the boat and do, like I say, I averaged out about 10 weeks out and about cruising for that time as well. So it's not cheap, but like I said, we've loved it all. But like I've said, we must get this feeling back that we can go out cruising and not be worrying about getting back. But at the moment, that's a big thing for us and for many other boaters. But at least that little part has give you an idea of what costs what we pay to enjoy our boating. Now, back to me. It's surprising how things add up, isn't it, when you look? The thousands soon mount up. They really do. Right. Like I say, we intend to be out and about again very soon. I've still got videos from our autumn trip last year to finish off yet, but we have been busy with doing other things away from boating. I just can't help that. So I'll try my best to get the videos out. Like I've said, they might not be regular, but we will get them out there for people who want to watch. You can still, press the notification so that when they come out, at least you'll know they're there. And, and subscribe and all that, what they all said. But you do know that we've always been a little bit different. We really have. We can't spend the time promoting videos, promoting things, regularly doing a video every week or 2 videos or 3 like some do. But what we will do is produce decent videos for you to enjoy. And it would be great if you can keep supporting us, even though there could be gaps between things. So I think that's the best thing now. I think we could leave it at that. And let's see how the year goes, eh? Yeah. I want that enjoyment back, good style. We want it to be as special as it's always been. I don't want to be thinking of, is that going to be all right? Is that going to be all right? And I don't want to lose as many friends as we've lost. There's so many people who we enjoyed boating with who have sadly gone now, and that's not what we wanted, because we've known some of them for years and years. Definitely done now. Thanks for your patience watching this. I know it's not like our normal videos, but I thought we'd just give you a little bit of our feelings. Bernadette feels the same, but I seem to do the videos and Bernadette stays to one side mostly. You wouldn't think she was the talker really, would you? But she is, in a good way. And she will be in videos during our summer cruises, I guarantee you that. But I just thought I'd just let you know how we both feel. And it is tinged with a bit of sadness what's happening, because we have always been passionate about the canals, and coming up to 50 years is a massive part of our life. It's a real, well, it is. It's so important. I'm definitely going now. I do talk a bit too much sometimes, so I'll leave you to whatever you're doing, and I hope you're well, and I hope in these difficult times you can find time to enjoy yourself, and more importantly, get back to us in the next video. See you soon. Ta-ra!